Good Wednesday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back, Southwest Arkansas weather here on December the 17th, 2025. Taking a quick look at what's in store for your evening weather blog tonight. Swimming on Christmas could be a good possibility. We'll talk about what the forecast could possibly look like for your Christmas time frame. And we continue with above normal temperatures and no end in sight for those in the near future. Rain chances, they're going to continue into Thursday. We'll talk more about that here in just a moment. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Starting off with how warm we got today, we did reach the lower 60s down there in El Dorado, sitting at 62 down there, 61 in Camden, 59 in Texarkana. We didn't reach 60 degrees there, 54 in DeQueen, but Hot Springs was the coldest at 52, 56 in Mena and Mount Ida. So we continue to warm up into the mid 50s and lower 60s, continuing that warming trend. Did have some cloud cover today, some fog tonight. That's going to continue overnight tonight with some better chances of rain, mainly across northern portions of the coverage area, around 50 to 40%, decreasing to 10% across far southern or southeastern Arkansas. Temperatures aren't going to drop much. They're going to be in the 50s overnight tonight, maybe a few upper 40s. That's due to the cloud cover, fog in place. Not a whole lot of changes coming for that until we start to transition tomorrow with that cold front. Winds should shift from the south to the north tomorrow on Thursday, but tonight they're going to be out of the south around 5 miles per hour. Some gusts of 10 to 20 miles an hour will be possible with mostly cloudy skies with those fog chances and rain chances continuing into Thursday. Highs, though, on Thursday will be nearing 70 degrees in the upper 60s. Overnight lows in the 30s, though, on Thursday, but winds out of the south shifting to be out of the north late that afternoon and evening with a cold front on the way. 60% chance of rainfall across the majority of the region. 40% chance of rain across far southern Arkansas. Not going to be very much accumulated rainfall totals, just very light rain. Almost going to win 100% today, depending on what your definition of rainfall is, just because it was just a wet mist today, today. And it could be gusty tomorrow with gusty winds of near 20 to 30 miles an hour. Can't rule out maybe even higher wind gusts across portions of the mountainous terrain. But those rain chances continue. They decrease through the day, though, shifting from north or out of the northwest to southeast. Cloudy start, slowly clearing through the day, though, as we go throughout the afternoon and evening tomorrow with that cold front coming through. Looking at the next 6 days, once again, isolated thunderstorms look like a good possibility with some rain showers on Thursday. We have that front moving through, so some highs are going to be in the upper 60s, nearing the 70-degree mark with a 60% chance of rain. But that cold front will push throughout the afternoon, pushing those rain chances and clearing them out by the late afternoon and early evening on Thursday from northwest to southeast. And temperatures will kind of just hover, not maybe cool some, but hover around the 60s and 50s range. Overnight lows, though, will get down into the 30s for your Friday with sunny skies. Cooler, though, with highs in the upper 50s and overnight lows in the 30s. But temperatures continue to increase, rebound quickly as Saturday, mostly sunny skies, highs in the lower 70s and upper 60s. Overnight lows in the 40s. Partly cloudy skies on Sunday, and those small chances of rainfall Sunday and Monday, with a 10% chance of maybe an isolated shower or two. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected throughout the first half of next week, leading up to Christmas, with highs in the 60s. Overnight lows in the 40s, increasing into the 70s by Tuesday, with overnight lows in the 50s there before you get to Christmas. Just continuing onward with warm conditions. Continuing to look at overall what future radar could look like as we go throughout the rest of the night tonight and into your day tomorrow and through the near future, the 6-day forecast time frame, you can see overnight tonight we're going to have some more showers and storms that look like a good possibility. Showers for the most part, maybe a thunderstorm or two, and that continues throughout the day tomorrow. But as we go to tomorrow afternoon, we should continue to see a decrease in overall the chances of rain and precipitation here. Let me move this further along here. As you can see, this should continue to push to the south and east, and we should gradually clear through the day there on your Thursday, and pretty much dry conditions look likely through Friday and into maybe some small chances of rainfall, possibly Saturday. Or there's Saturday over the weekend. We'll watch that closely. Not enough to put in the forecast quite yet there for that time frame. Once again, looking further into the rest of the 6 day forecast, just some small rain chances. I'm very iffy on how much of this makes it towards us. We'll watch it, but there's, like we said, some small chances of rain, but overall, warm conditions continue to be likely into Christmas. This is your forecast for some potential radar for that Christmas time frame. So can't rule out maybe just a mist or so here or there, possibly through this period that we're going through. We'll continue to watch it though for the most part. Not expecting much in terms of rainfall. Total precipitation through the 26th on the GFS shows maybe just over a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rainfall in most cases. You may have some isolated amounts that get higher amounts, possibly due to being under maybe a thunderstorm or stuff of that nature. Overall, though, rain chances do not look like a great potential. If we do get any, it's going to be very light and more so not a whole lot to make an impact in terms of rainfall amounts. Taking a look now at the overall pattern for the next few days and as we go into next week. This is the 500 millibar level heights and wind. This is off the GFS model, so this is about 18,000 feet up. This is the wind, what it's doing up there, and the pressure gradient. You can kind of see this small dip here in these black lines, and that's what's brought us some small rain chances today. That's going to continue to move east out of our area as we go throughout the rest of the day here on Wednesday. But watch what happens back off over the western part of the U.S. We are not going to have much time to dry out before more rain chances arrive for Thursday. And as that occurs, you can see our next little stronger trough lines up for your day on Thursday. With this, we're going to have a small cold front that's going to make a small dent in the warming trend, but that's not going to last. As that moves out of our area, the flow this weekend turns zonal, or what we like to call pretty much this flow and the winds go east to west, so it just pretty much flattens out over us and it's straight over the region through this weekend. And you notice back off over here in the Pacific, we begin to see the ridge of high pressure that we know and love and hate during the summer start to make its way into the Texas area as we go into next week. What this is going to continue to lead to is drier conditions, or possibly, and a warming trend with temperatures continuing to warm. And if you look at this high pressure and this ridge sets up over our region and central portions of the U.S. with that high pressure system to the south of Arkansas, pretty much right on Christmas Eve. And that continues to be the story. Definitely not going to be a white Christmas this year. I mean, if we do, it'll surprise us, but right now does not look like that as that ridge settles over us there through next week, and then we kind of start to go back to zonal flow, and we still have a little influence of the ridging there still in place even towards the end of this time frame, possibly watching maybe towards the end of the year for maybe some systems. This shows us maybe some possibilities, but you are also looking at almost 300 hours out, and as the saying goes, as you get that far out, you kind of take that as just a heat of take that as a grain of salt. There's not a whole lot there to that. We got to continue to watch that and look for trends in that data. The European model, another one of our long-range models, shows something very similar here. It shows you our little system that's brought us some rain today. You can kind of see these dips in the winds and those pressure gradient lines. But as we go into Thursday, you can see a little bit of a stronger system moves through. What this is going to help also lead to is an increase in those wind gusts down at the surface and some more rain chances as that weak cold front moves through. That moves out of the area. Then we go to zonal flow, east to west flow as we go into this weekend. And then we see that ridging continue back off over the portions of Mexico and Texas. And that just moves towards us and over us near the Christmas time frame. And that's going to make for a dry or more likely a warm, maybe dry Christmas. And that just continues to be the case. Maybe some more zonal flow there, and possibly, like we said, going in towards the beginning of or the end of this year, we may have to watch for some systems possibly that could bring us some chances of rain. Like we said, though, very, very far into the future, 312 hours out there. You're looking at that for November or December the 30th. Take that as a grain of salt. We're looking for trends when we get that far out, not necessarily certain features. If this continues to show up, maybe so. That's just a time frame we're watching, but overall, right now, not expecting a whole lot with our any changes in the forecast. Taking a look at the HRRR model, though, we will show you temperature-wise for that cold front, and honestly, I think we can paint a better picture with the winds. Right now, the winds, these small black little lines here, they're out of the south, and that's going to continue to be the case as we really go throughout the night or throughout tonight. But look up across Oklahoma. You can see the winds start to shift more out of the north. These are still out of the south down here. So as we go throughout the day tomorrow and possibly early afternoon, we start to see that cold front move through and shift those winds out of the north. And could still have some gusty winds, but if you look at temperatures, not expecting much of a cool down. Possibly still some, maybe cooler temperatures Friday morning and into Friday. When I say that, you're only talking about highs in the 50s and 60s compared to possibly in the really highs in the 50s and maybe 60s with other highs like we've been seeing here recently, more so in the near the 60s and 70s in some cases. Dew points today were a little on the lower side. As you can see, we kind of get a little bit of an increase in moisture, and here's a better view of that cold front. You can see this by where we see that pretty much drier dew points, those dew points lower in the 30s and 20s. That's your drier air there, and your more moist air here. And as that cold front comes through, that pushes some drier air into the region. Once again, some gusty winds will be a possibility. We'll talk more about that tomorrow in tomorrow morning's forecast, but not a whole lot else to talk about there. Just continuing onward with the pattern that we're currently in. Some small rain chances and possibly some drier and warmer conditions look likely for Christmas. How warm? We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Taking a look now at the Climate Prediction Center outlooks for temperature probability and precipitation probability. First, starting off with the 6 to 10 day temperature probability, you can see 90% chance that we're going to continue to see some above normal temperatures pretty much through the end of 2025, and that continues to be the case. Now, like we said before, there may be a day or so where you may have a cooler day where you could be near normal. All this means is it can be a half degree or 2 degrees above normal, and it be a better chance or be a overall above normal for this time of year temperature wise, and the forecast continues to back that up. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlooks continue to show mainly some drier conditions. Look like a good possibility. Like we said, though, you could have days like today and tomorrow where you see some small rain chances in between. No change in sight through the end of the year, like we said. Actually, the 8 to 14 day temperature probability outlook puts us right in the middle of the bullseye, probably almost next to highest that you can go on this. So we're going to continue with those warm chances as that ridge stays over us, like we just went over with that with some model data there. And the next 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook shows maybe normal or near normal precipitation chances for this time of year there from Christmas to New Year's Eve. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that, but for the most part, warm conditions continue to look like a good possibility to end off 2024. As always, this brings us to the end of today's evening weather blog. We want to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors for helping making this possible. Patterson's Credit Union, Southern Dumpster Rental, Landmark Insurance Agency, Palmer's Roofing, and J&S Auto Supply Bumper to Bumper. Make sure to check them out all over on Facebook and all their social media platforms. And if you're in need of anything that they supply, make sure to send them a message or give them a call and contact them for all your needs right here in Southwest Arkansas. And also, if you own a business and you want to join those 5 sponsors, feel free to shoot us a message. And you can do so through here on YouTube and email us or over on Facebook. Make sure to shoot us a message and let us know if you're interested in that. As always, we are continuing to grow our SkyCam network. We have partnered with WeatherX or WX Logic or Weather Logic to help continue to grow our camera network across Southwest Arkansas. We have a few going up in Nevada County here in January, and we are working on a few other locations in DeQueen. So if you're interested in sponsoring for one of those, feel free to shoot us a message as well, just sharing some opportunities to all the people that would like to or be interested in that. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. See you back here Friday for another look at your evening weather. And as always, thank you guys very much trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.